Hi, my name is Kate Kolskog, and I am a registered psychologist with Supporting Wellness and Growth. And today in this video, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about individual therapy. So oftentimes when people are considering about entering into therapy, it becomes a hard decision based on the many biases that are out there. So often we feel that if we're having to go see a therapist, that the problem is greater than we realize, or we think that we're going to get diagnosed, or that maybe we have a mental illness. And really, therapy is not about that at all. Therapy is an opportunity for you to discuss a problem with someone who has an unbiased opinion and evaluation of the problem. So oftentimes when we're faced with a problem, a situation, or a circumstance that is troubling to us, we'll go to our colleagues, to our friends, family members, spouses, and sometimes we can walk away from those conversations feeling like we don't have any tools to solve the problem. We might feel heard and listened to, but it doesn't sometimes take away the anxiety that we feel around the problem, or we just still aren't clear about what direction that we need to take. So individual therapy really allots for that piece. We are trained professionals who are able to kind of listen to your story. We think about kind of where you might be stuck in the problem, and we try and offer solutions that have you feel much more empowered, that give you a direction, or allow you to evaluate the problem through a different lens. So basically, the process of therapy is making an appointment. Sometimes that's the hardest step. How do I find a psychologist? How do I know that they're going to be the person that relates to me the best? Well, there is no one way to do this, but I oftentimes suggest that you make some phone calls. Phone some psychologists and ask if they'll do a little consult over the phone, so you can ask any questions, talk about any concerns that you might have. And even through the phone, sometimes you get a sense of what that person's like. Are they hearing you? Are they answering the questions? And do you feel heard after you hang up from the phone? I do always tell my clients anyways that having a positive relationship with the person you're talking to is so important. You are vulnerable when you're sitting in this chair talking about your problems, and it's really important to feel comfortable with the person that you're working with. So that's the first place. I always tell clients, do your homework, and don't just talk to one, maybe interview a few people that you're considering to go to. Once you've decided on the person that you feel most comfortable with, usually, you come in and you book an appointment, and of course you're greeted by the person that you're going to be working with. Now, when you come into the room, there usually is some paperwork that you need to fill out. At Supporting Wellness and Growth, we have you do an intake form, and we also have the consent for treatment form right online, so you can put out that information before you come to the appointment. Now, when you're meeting with one of our therapists, we will sit down with you and go through the consent treatment, so you are very clear about what therapy is about, what do we do with your information and how do we handle that. Also, just in terms of the privacy, how do we keep your files and how can you access them? And also at that time, it's great for you to answer or ask rather any questions that you might have about therapy. From that point, we move into kind of your story, talking about why is it that you considered coming in today? What is it that's going on for you that you feel that you need help with? And usually that first session is all about getting that information. So it's you telling your story and the therapist really listening to what's going on for you. Now at the end of that, and of course during that time, we do ask questions. We try and get as much insight into the problem as we can. And we try and just get a sense of what is going on for you and asking questions that might be able to help you look at this problem differently. So that's kind of the first piece. Now at the end of the session, we kind of talk about goals. What are some things that you want to work on? So if things were different for you in this moment, what would that feel like? If your problem was solved, what would that look like? So just having an opportunity to look at life outside the problem, to create some goals, and then to have things to work on in the upcoming sessions. Now, sometimes we'll also give you homework, some things that you need to think about when you leave the session. That first session, you are nervous, you're worried, you're not sure about what you're going to be asked, and it is always our hope at Supporting Wellness and Growth that you leave feeling heard, not judged, and that you have kind of a small little toolkit and a sense of kind of what the sessions are going to look like in the future. At that time, we usually talk about, okay, what are we going to work towards? When can you book your next appointment? And that changes for everyone. There is never a set amount of sessions that we tell you we're going to work through. We really base it on how you're evaluating the problem, how change is presenting itself, and that you're confident going forward. So that's basically kind of the process of therapy. You know, you're basically coming in and meeting with a trained professional who is going to listen to you and not judge you and give you tools and an opportunity just to look at your problem differently. So I hope that this small segment or this small video has been helpful. Because at Supporting Wellness and Growth, we want all of our clients to come in feeling like they have a place, a safe place, just to reveal their personal life. You know, as human beings, we all have problems. There isn't anyone out there who hasn't faced some sort of situation, circumstance, or dilemma where they've needed help. And asking for help is not wrong. You know, at some point in our life, each of us need help. So it is our hope that if you choose to utilize one of our therapists at Supporting Wellness and Growth, that your experience will be one that's very positive, where you feel respected, you feel heard, and you also feel empowered to see that change is possible. At Supporting Wellness and Growth, we do believe that change is possible, and we are here to offer our services to help you with those circumstances that may be difficult. So I'm going to end there. It's my hope that you'll look at our website, which is www.supportingwellness.com. And if you have any questions at all, please feel free to contact any one of the therapists by phone or by email, and we will be happy to assist you with any questions. I hope you have a fantastic day, and thanks for taking the time to view this clip. Bye for now.